Last week we were talking about, burnout and things to do to help you moms this time of year because we kind of get burned out and so do the kids, and we find certain curriculums are not working well. Here's another fun idea that's also educational. A lot of people forget that these fun things are also educational. Fun education can be fun, and we forget this, and it's scavenger hunts. Yes, I said scavenger hunt. You remember those days? At least I remember in youth group doing a scavenger hunt. Well, these scavenger hunts are a little bit different, a little bit tweaked differently, but they're really fun. And one of the scavenger hunts that I did, and in fact, a friend of mine, another homeschool friend, mom, and myself, we were getting ready to go on a field trip to Rutherford B. Hayes's house and museum here in Ohio. So we decided to type up a scavenger hunt. We thought, something new, something that they can try to figure out things, and they would learn more about Rutherford B. Hayes. We did an elementary school level one, and then we did a junior high school level one, because I had two boys who were in junior high school, and then my daughter who was in elementary and her son who was in elementary. And we went around and we had questions. And one of the questions that we had, which was really fun because we didn't even know the answer, was, did Rutherford B. Hayes have a pet? And if so, what was it? And was there anything special that he did with this pet? And Rutherford B. Hayes had horses, and he fought in, I believe it was the Civil War. If I'm wrong, homeschoolers, help me out because I can't remember everything. But he was in the Civil War, and he rode a white horse, and he loved his horse. This was his pet. And the interesting thing about this pet that we didn't know about is when we went outside to the burial plot of where Rutherford B. Hayes was buried, he had his horse buried alongside him. So the kids thought that was the cat's meow, and they wrote that down in their scavenger hunt paper. And they had pictures. They had us take pictures of them by the gravesite because they had such a great time. They enjoyed it. And in fact, the curator of the museum asked us if he could have asked us, first of all, where we found the scavenger hunt, if we found it online or on a library site or something. We said, no, we made it up. And he says, oh, do you have a copy? And we said, yeah, we have a copy. And we gave them both the elementary and the high school copies. And to this day, they're still using that at the Rutherford B. Hayes Museum and House. And they have added to it for public school and homeschool kids if they would like to have them. And I thought that was really cool that they did that. And it was fun. And there's so many other scavenger hunts you can do with your kids. If it's like right now here in Ohio, it's nice and warm. It's going to be in the 40s. Get that jacket on. Go outside. Get some vitamin D. Here's a health segment here, right here. Vitamin D. Get some vitamin D for your children and some fresh air. And go to to your metro park and do a scavenger hunt. Have them find a leaf. A leaf that's shaped like the eye, or like an oblong leaf, or a tree that looks like something, and have them look for these things, a rock, certain things specific. If you can be less specific. You can also do it in your home with little toddlers. Hey, Sarah, here's one for you. You can sit there and have pictures of chairs and stuff, and then have it written on one side Hebrew and have it written in the English. And when they find that certain chair, you can say to them, okay, now you have to say the name in Hebrew and in English, or Spanish and in English. So you have all these things that you can do. Science, math. When you're driving around with them, you can do a scavenger hunt with them. Did you find a number 1 or a number 4 or a number 0 on the signs that we're passing? There are so many different ways to do scavenger hunts and make learning fun. And that's pretty much it. I mean, scavenger hunts are the way to go, I think. I'd like to go do one now. I think you're muted, Sandy.
One of the scavenger hunts that Mariah and I do is we'll do a color, and I'll say, hey, let's go find let's find things that are red. Let's find things that are red. And so we go around the house and sometimes outside, but right now it's mostly around the house, and we find things that are the specific color of our scavenger hunt, or shape, or things like that. And that's something you can do with toddlers as a scavenger hunt, because she likes that. Of course, she loves the nature stuff.
It is so much fun. It is. It's just even little ones. You can make. You can go to like the art museum, Toledo Art Museum's here, and you can make a scavenger hunt. And you can find it online. Go Google it up, scavenger hunts. There is so much, or Pinterest. There's so much out there. I went and Googled it just to see what was out there. They even have free printables out there. But what's neat is like the art museum. When you have a younger child, you put different things, like you were saying, colors. Put colors on there for them to find, but they can only find one color in one painting. And then you help them write the name of the painting, like it's a Monet or Renoir or whatever. And with the older kids, you need to find one Monet, and you might have to do a little research yourselves. But again, there's scavenger hunts that you can just already print it out, ready, or on the internet. You can print them out and just start checking them off. And they have little boxes. Or beach. I love scavenger hunts at the beach. You have to find certain things like a shell, and sometimes it's hard because it's not easy to find a sand dollar out there. So, but it's all in good fun. It gets the kids outside as well. You can do it indoors. You can do it outside. There is so many options with scavenger hunts.
And they're fun.
Exactly. And that's one thing we need to remember as homeschoolers. Stop being inside a box, people. Get out of the box. Get out of the box of what the public school system and the government says is education.
All right. Well, Sherry, did you have anything to say?
Well, we would play a game called I Spy with My Little Eye. And that's the same thing. We're going to I spy with my little eye something that's purple. And then they have to, find the purple or something like that. So, it's like, I spy with my little eye, and they'll go, ooh, ooh, ooh. They're so funny.
And that's considered a scavenger. That's a scavenger hunt. Instead, you don't have it on paper. You could do that as well when you're going and doing a nature walk. I spy with my little eye something that goes tweet, tweet, tweet. What is it? With your little toddler. Oh, they're gonna, and they learn. And then when you're talking about the bird, you can sit there and say, yes, this is a robin, and God created this robin this way. And you can bring forth so much other things into that aspect of a scavenger hunt or the I Spy. It can go on and on. I mean, you could just take that and expand with it. When you find through the scavenger hunt an interest that your child has, let's say they're interested in, some people don't like them, but snakes. Okay, guess what we're going to do? We're going to go home and you're going to do some research on some snakes with me. And we're going to learn a little bit about snakes. So you're getting science in there. You're getting your math in there. You're getting everything in there. You just don't realize it until later on. And it's an aha moment.
Well, and even with something like,
oh, excuse me. You know why I'm laughing?
Why?
Because of Cora May's snake story. If you hadn't heard that, you need to hear it. Does it have a round head or does it have a pointy head?
Oh, I have heard that one. Yeah.
I want the head separated from the body.
And this is why you tell your kid to study snakes before touching one.
But you want to know something else when it comes to snake, and this is other part of homeschooling. One of the best things I ever happened to me, I was doing a biology class and they brought in snakes and you had to hold them. And that was the best thing to get over fear of snakes. And they feel that it's not like you would think. It was really, really neat. And it completely removes any kind of fear that we've implanted in our kids, which that's where we do. We teach them to fear snakes, which is silly.
Praying mantises too. A lot of people, they think praying mantises are just so evil, because the way they look. And
hold them.
They are the neatest and the most beautiful. They might not look beautiful, but just the way that they react with you. In fact, we had one as a pet, and it loved to dance on my husband's knee. And my mother-in-law came over.
That's cool.
That's really neat. Well, I love this segment today. And now I wouldn't have our kids or anyone else hold venomous snakes like Sherry's son raises, but I would encourage people when you're learning about an animal or a creature, if it's not dangerous, touch it,
Right.
get around it, and
Put it in your garden if it's a garden snake.
If
Right,
they offer
right.
you a snake on a hook, don't take it. And he
That's
has
true.
cobras where he has to wear a full shield.
Yeah,
And they
that's
are very accurate because they will spit in your eye. And that's how the poison gets in your body. I mean, it's amazing how accurate they are.
wow.
You know, so anyway, but yeah, he was, you know, Cora Mates tells everybody he was dropped on his head.
Yeah.
He's a child. So we reckon that's what, but we don't talk about that much.
All
Hey,
right.
Joe, I enjoyed the segment on Rutherford Hayes. That was really good. I didn't know that about his horse, but what a great idea. And there are so many different ways to do your scavenger hunts. I mean, and so many different variations of things like that. I always thought that was just amazing. And I don't think I've ever met a person, kid or adult, whatever, that didn't enjoy doing a scavenger hunt, no matter how small or big that it is. So great idea on that. Always good on that. And it's what a great way to learn, because the kids come up with their own stuff that everybody learns from.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, the Bible, even you can do a Bible scavenger hunt with them so that they can learn the Bible a little bit more and make it fun. And at the end, you know, sometimes have a prize at the end, like, hey, we get to play a board game, or hey, you know what, we won, so we get to go sit down and watch a movie, like a documentary on Rutherford B. Hayes.
Right, exactly.
And pop popcorn and have some. Yes, we had candy bars with that Rutherford B. Hayes, but it was a treat. It wasn't something that you give daily to them. So, you know, use it just, again, like I said last week, throw a wrench into your homeschool schedule. You should have a schedule, yes, but sometimes you need to take that schedule and pitch it for a day or two, and then come back to it, and you're more relaxed and you're going to enjoy it again.
All right. Well, Joe, thank you for that homeschool segment.
We are richly blessed to bring you what we believe is the fullest, most diverse, yet up-to-date progressive teachings, discussion, and prayer programming you can find anywhere on this planet. Be sure to take the tour of the MessianicLambRadio.com website. I'm Susan Hoogie, thanking you for joining us on the Messianic Lamb Video Network.